What's up, everybody? For being here with. Brangus. Alright, sorry y'all. Chat was taking a little bit. How's it going, Brangus McGee? Caradox Rift, how you doing, fam? It's good to see you. Halien, good morning. Matt Gooch, feeling a bit sick all day, a little sore throat and just kind of run down. Might hit the mattresses sooner rather than later. Oh man, I hope you feel better, Matt. You're better already. I had some Moe's for dinner. Man, yeah, alright, I'm doing well, Brangus. I'm doing real well. I appreciate you. What's up, Baby Ice? How you doing? How you doing? Morning. Hey, baby. I'm out right now. Can't stay, but wanted to say hi. No worries, be back for so on. I'm not sure how long I'm going to be going, Halium, but I super appreciate you being here, even if but for a second means the world. Really good to see you all. Finally able to get in here. Sorry, been MIA. Nat, I hope you're doing well. Megan, I hope you're doing well. It's really good to see you guys. Thanks for popping in. Thanks for popping in. I was just going through and worked all day. It was Monday. Monday's okay. Just a odd day. And the one thing I like to do after an odd day is sit here and go through the art of the cards. And like always, I was thinking, do you know what? I bet you there's a bunch of people that would like to do that with me and talk about some art. So I figured I would go ahead and pop up. Hope you're having a beautiful Monday, says Megan. I hope you are. Yes, really, really good to see you guys. How was your days? Please let me know. How was your days? Was it tough? Was it Monday? I like to say that Monday is my favorite day of the week because it is the longest possible time before another Monday. My kids finally decided to chill out. Excellent. That's always good. Cool. Ready to chill with y'all. Excellent. Love that, Brangus. I love that, Brangus. Oh, you know what, Brangus? It's a good thing you're here, man. So you remember my last stream, and I was all like, hey y'all, let's go and comment on this video and this last live and all that. Well, there was two giveaways done that day. One was for the comment on the previous live. The other one was for a comment raid on Rocket Scott that we did. And Caradox Rift won the Rocket Scott, I believe, if I'm not mistaken. Just saying. What's up, WTF? I hope you're doing well. Kev, whisper in my ear, WTF. Paradox, hey fam, how's everyone doing? How is everyone? Adam Jones, how are you? Mike Mazza just popped down like a ghoulie. How you doing, Mike? It's good to see you, brother. It's really good to see you. Lori! What's up, boo? Ryan Tran, I hope you're doing well. Anyway, Brangus McGee. You actually won. You won. Petrarant, Teddy Ursa, but Kara won, and she decided to roll her winnings on over into the winning of the other video, so you actually were able to pick up a couple of these as well. So you got the Jungle Meowth, the A-Spec from Night Wanderer, the Yukimori Teddy Ursa, all the way back from Mysterious Treasures, Mysterious Legends, Legendary one of the three. And then the Petrarant from Night Wanderer as well. So, congratulations, Brangus. I will get these all bagged up for you, and I will work on getting these all shipped out next week. So, just wanted to let you know. Kara, thank you for rolling those over into the other giveaway. Helping everybody's collection grow just a little bit more. Me Raid, what's up, Maddie? How you doing? Even the foster mom, right? Really? Were you streaming, Maddie? No, you weren't streaming. Johnny Knight, what's going on? Hi, Kara. How you doing, brother? Welcome, Raiders, indeed. Hope you all are doing well. Let me find something really cool to start sharing here. Really, y'all, I want to keep this as chill as possible. I'm going to be very transparent with you. As much as I am a ghost, I do have a spine, and my spine is hurting. And it probably has to do with sitting a whole lot, maybe. But really wanted to do this. I was feeling a certain kind of way today. I was, missing people, and I was like, you know what? I'm just going to sit down and look at some artwork. And you know what? We're going to pop up and go live to do it. So we're just going to go through. Again, Oswaldo Cato is definitely going to be one. I might just start pulling Kawaii artwork, because they make me smile. And I did an episode on them once upon a forever ago. And not since then. So I may run it back. But in honor of Evie Foster Mom being here, I guess we can start with a little bit of old school evolutions, if y'all are down for that. Discord. Appreciate you, Lori. Sorry, you missed it, Maddie. You were streaming? New chair for your birthday? Check. This is a big table. I need a big chair. I was just showing my mail from bro. Excellent. What did you get? Shiny card. Right? Of course, Plasma is some of my favorite cards ever. Especially the Plasma shield in the background. What's up, Dagger? Dagger first period raid. What's up, Dagger? Welcome, Raiders. I can get big things. Glaceon, that is indeed Glaceon. Of course, do want to give a special shout out to Halion, not to mention PokéGirl Jessie, Maddie G, Chandelure comes to mind. We were in their stream yesterday, and Halion won this beautiful Chandelure EX, and she gifted it to me. Super appreciate you, fam. And Jessie, Maddie G, W stream as always. Hope you're doing well, Dagger. Don't forget to sub. Road to 600. Hit the like on the way. In or out. Thanks, Lori. That's a good reminder. I'm on the road to 600. 557 I woke up to today, which was kind of nice. And I just appreciate y'all doing this with me. I know I've been a little out of sorts lately, but to grow and grow so quickly is just absolutely wonderful. And I'm so glad I get to do it all with you. Radio Trainer, what's going on, man? Hope you're doing well. Well, I hope it was a good stream, Maddie. Please excuse spelling and grammar. No worries at all, Lori. I speak broken text. All fine. I appreciate y'all being here for real. Yeah, this Reshiram, Shin Nagisawa. Nagisawa? Yeah. Made my night to see you pull that. What did Maddie pull? Maddie, nice one on the wheel last night. Great job. What did you pull, Maddie? Oh, did you pull? You mean on ALB stream? Did I see what you won? Do I have them all? Of course, I think I have one of these packaged up for Mr. Donnie for his birthday some time ago. Oh yeah, that's right. You got the Charmander that was looking out the window, man. That's a total W card. Justin LeBeck, how's it going, fam? It's good to see you in here. I hope you're doing well. Yeah, that was a W card. Hey, Ghost, I hope you're having a chill night. So far, so good, radio. We're doing well. It's Monday. It was an odd day. I was feeling a certain way, and I was like, you know what? Looking at cards always gets me out of the funk. I'm going to look at some cards, and I bet you there's a bunch of ghosts that would like to look at some cards with me. So I wanted to bring y'all with me, and I super appreciate y'all being here. I know it's a little bit on the earlier side. I always like to make sure my East Coast peeps can come in and enjoy some too. And Mondays is awful being consistent now. This is the second Monday now that I've streamed. I don't know if that was consecutive, though. But, I don't know, streaming on Mondays would give me something to look forward to. Love this Espeon. Sup, G? What's up, Mike? How you doing, fam? Hope you're doing well. Hope you're having a great day. Beautiful Espeon. And just in case you wanted it shiny, we got that too. Kara, Matt, Dagger. How you doing, Mike? How's the day? It's by them, isn't it? That Espeon is by them, isn't it? Let's see. It is by them. 5-band graphics. The team at Pokemon. Oh my god, I love that. This is from Plasma Freeze. Brangus. Do you have the Mimikyu Sword and Shield promo? It's Celebrations, I think. I don't. That's the blue one, and he's looking all cryptic, and I think it's by Kawaii. I don't have that one, Jane, no. That has been a search of mine for a while. I figured I could pick it up where I normally pick up the... like where I picked up the Greninja. In fact, that's probably a good thing to bring up right now, is as we are looking at those Road to 600 during the last little stream, I decided to come up with something that we can give away for 600, so we are going to go ahead and give this away when we hit that 600 sub mark. That's my kind of bug? A bunch of ghosts? Why do you ask, Jane? Mr. Zal. Gonna have to see how far widespread that goes. I'm doing the weirdest thing, which is drinking an open coffee around so many cards. But, PokéGirl Jessie, Maddie G, hope you're there too. But I did receive your mail. Let's go ahead and look at the cards that I won. Not this yesterday, but the week before last. And they were giving up, it was kind of funny, the Dunsparce EX. Let's get some EX hype in the chat. And of course, it just looked so derpy, and I was just like, you know what, sign it. And she was like, where? I said, right on its face, right on its forehead. So, thank you, Jesse. Appreciate you. EX hype. So, appreciate that, Jesse. And then I also won the excuse me, the Absol EX, more EX hype. And I just love the animated look of this EX. It doesn't look like a standard EX. It is from Obsidian Flames. It is by Nisoti Nisu. Look at them new rappers. Looks like them new rappers. Yeah, it does, doesn't it? Gucci Mane. There's nothing wrong with Gucci Mane. I'm just saying. But then there was another little something in there, and this is something I didn't expect. I made a comment, and suddenly this card shows up. Look at that. Beautiful full art Absol from Obsidian Flames. Jesse, Maddie, I can't thank you enough. This is absolutely wonderful, breathtaking, and a card that I've been after for I can't even tell you how long. Let's go ahead and appreciate some of that. I just love the purple. It is done by Planeta. Mochizuki? At least the Planetina team cites the artists on the card as well, which is kind of nice. We wanted it to go to a good home. Well, it absolutely is going to go into a good home. In fact, it's going to go there right now. I'm going to take this. I'm going to take this. Doesn't that look nice on the display? Just complement the purple. Gorgeous, right? I found that card to remind me of you. Since you don't have it, message me in phone Discord now. Aw, Jane, you're super sweet. You're super sweet. Depending on where you are, I can absolutely do that, and I absolutely appreciate any gift to the channel. I did make mention once that anything gifted to me, I don't care if I have 1,000,000 of them, I'm never getting rid of it. They all go into a very special place. I do have a special binder just for all of you. And I super appreciate you guys. I'm in Ohio. Sweet. Sweet. I'm in Arizona, so you're domestic. Yeah, I'll reach out for sure. And let me know if there's anything that you're looking for, Jane. I look through a lot of cards. So Jesse, absolute W, Matty G, super appreciate you, fam, for everything you do, just the excitement that you bring, the positivity. There was numerous people in that chat yesterday that was just so amped about the energy. So really appreciate you. Gotta go, take no phone walk, be back soon. No worries at all, Lori. Enjoy your walk, be safe. Alright. And back to the art. And of course, I'm sure I have another bag going for Jesse and Maddie already, so we shall see. I wasn't really having the mind to do any giveaways today, y'all. I just wanted to get on. I wanted to talk. I wanted to look at some of the art. I did want to look for Oswaldo Cato, but the further back I go, the less and less I see their name, so I have to think that maybe they were a little bit more mid-vintage to modern. Look at that drift bloom. Tell me that's not a gorgeous piece of art. This looks like Akira Komiyama all day, doesn't it? That's super nice, Jane. I super appreciate you. Guys sure know how to make this old ghost feel loved. Carry people in Pokemon, but the wind can catch them, so they can't be a fixed destination. I always thought that description was super humorous. It's like they'll take you anywhere you need to go. But if there's a strong breeze, man, flip a coin, anyone's game. But I'd be very curious to know what he's standing in front of, and I'm sure it is from the game. Black and White is the new set. I'm gonna go hard on, I think. I agree, Lori. I know that you just said that you gotta go. But I agree, Black and White was definitely my favorite set. And I don't know if maybe they had a Pokemon Team Lurker in here and whatnot, but I was like, they need to bring it back. The full art Reshiram and Kyurem were just some of my favorite cards ever. And even the full art Black Kyurem, I believe it was from Surging Sparks, was incredible. It reminded me exactly of the Black and White Plasma series. It's our boy. Love that little Houndoom. Bam, corner ding. Bam, corner ding. This was Shin Nagasawa. So Retreat isn't a singular artist. So Retreat? Kev, when did you start collecting Pokemon again? So I started collecting Pokemon in 1996. As soon as it became all the craze, I got my hands on a pack, and I never really looked back. Although, like many of us, I did take these brief moments of pause and hiatus away from the hobby. As we all do, we all come crawling back. We all come crawling back. Of course, we can go ahead and take a look at what EXs used to look like. Oh. Yep, 1996. Then I collected, and honestly, y'all, we can story time for a minute, because this is a pretty interesting story. When the movie, what is it, Mewtwo Strikes Back, Pokemon 2000? I was born then. I'm not old. Mewtwo Strikes Back, and there was an opening, of course, where there was a scene, it was flying, there was music playing, and then there was a battle going on, and that's the first time we got to see Donphan. But we didn't know what Donphan was. Like, the movie came out before the card, the new set, the new Pokemon were released, and we're like, who is this? And I didn't like it. I didn't like it one bit. That wasn't Pokemon. That was something else. That was something else. Yeah, that was something else. And so I was really against any of the new cards and new sets. Base Set 2 came out, and I was like, alright, that's kind of cool. It's still the same artwork. That's close enough. You know, and then Rocket came out, and I'm like, Rocket? Some of those cards are kind of cool. And that Charmeleon looks really cool. The Squirtle looks ominous. The Dragonite, let's go. And so I was like, okay. Then Neo kind of came out. And that was it. I was like, no, these aren't Pokemon. They're a bunch of new Pokemon, Snubbull and Cyndaquil and Chikorita. I was like, what is this? So I really fell off around the Neo phase, which is really where my biggest regret in Pokemon collecting comes in, as I fell off around Neo and the E-Series. Tamer, what's going on? My Fae of the You Like Latios, that's right. That's right. I don't even know how much this is. Don't even know the value on this from Plasma Freeze. Definitely take really good care of my EXs. Latios and Latios are some of my favorites as well. Some of my favorite legendary Pokemon. See if we can get some more EX height. Let's take a trip in the past. Take a trip to where it all began. And this is what really made me enjoy Black and White Kyurem. I'm doing well. I'm doing well. How are you? It was a weird Monday. I was feeling a certain way. I wanted to look at some artwork. And I wanted to do it with all of you, so I appreciate you all coming in and dropping by. I was going through looking for one in particular art. But of course, the old style EXs are always fun to see, and just how much attention they put into it. But back then we did have full arts and secret rares and whatnot, but this was the hit. Anyone else hear music? You should hear music. If you don't hear music, yeah, you should hear music. I don't want to lose you by going through, but yeah, the music is still playing. Oh, different music, gotcha. Yeah, that wasn't my music. Although, this is a song that I did. So yeah, all the music that you should be hearing, the background music anyway, is all music that I created. Albeit using AI tools, so some of the instrumental stuff was super easy. But yeah, all the words that you hear are words that I wrote. I've been a poet for 25 years, a writer, in case, for those of you that don't know. I'm Kev the PokéGhost, how's it going? That was Facebook's mistake. I have a feeling it's just, oh, I got you. Wow. Wow. Well, that's always a good Pikachu to get into. But still, Oswaldo, man, what's going on? When did you come into the cuff? Tomokazu Kamiya. Looked at a lot of this bulk yesterday. Emerging powers. Yeah, that I'm used to, but I was hearing Young, Forever Young. And I was like, oh, what's going on? Yeah, no. Unfortunately, I can't play songs like that. Dang, Facebook? Yep, Facebook trying to... Don't they know who I am? They can't trample the ghost. Whoop. Yeah, these are pretty good. This was always one of my favorites to look at here, which is Minami Taki. Fracture chilling by the waterfall. Gooch, how you doing? I'm not really sure if this is all my my background music that I normally play. I think you guys are hearing a lot of my short stuff. Well, as long as it stays on the art, I'm good with that. Guess we can always see. I was just making sure all the music was the ones I'm used to. Appreciate that. Timer! On the insane mixing bowl world, it's pretty wacky. Y'all crack me up. Alright, Oswaldo. Now I'm in Obsidian Flames, actually, speaking of which. And if anybody has any favorite artists and whatnot, and I have a pretty interesting story for you guys. It was a story that happened to me last night, and it wasn't so much me as it was my neighbor, and I want to make sure that everybody stays safe out there. What's up, Kevin Gang? What's up, Maddie G? I don't know if you saw that I went through the mail that y'all sent over. It came today, and I appreciate the Absol EX, some EX hype for the Absol. And then I noticed the little gift that you put in there, the full art Absol. Super appreciate you too. That's definitely a card I've been after for a long time. And then of course the, mumble rapper, gangster, the Dunsparce with the signature on the face. Love it. Appreciate you guys. Matty G, woo! Appreciate you popping in. It's the Painted Nails Dragon. I might be missing something. Forehead signature for the win. Alien 112. And I'm fairly certain Alien asked her to sign the booty. Can you sign the booty? Oh, here you go. I know we always like to appreciate the Ninetales around here. This is from Obsidian Flames, of course. Makes me laugh every time, right? Yeah, she got hers on the boat. God, I made it there? Yes, made it here quite safely. Y'all crazy. Ninetale and mid. So that part, right? Let's look at it. Let's talk about it. Can you imagine how long that took somebody to do? It's probably one of the more realistic Ninetales that I've seen in a very long time. Matt, those are fighting words. Man, to be honest. This is by Yoshioko. Very smart and very vengeful. Grabbing one of its many tails could result in a 1,000-year curse. I think what's more unsettling, y'all, is they don't really tell us what that curse is. So let's theorize. What do we think the curse of the Ninetales is? If you grab a Ninetales tail, what's the curse that bestows you? Go. Let's make some PokéGhost theories, y'all. Could be something as simple as you'll never win another Pokemon battle for 1,000 years. I mean, it's just a curse, and it's only 1,000 years. Calling it mid must be another 1,000-year curse added to it. Yeah, I would imagine so. Nothing special about this, but look at how awesome that art is. Beautiful Chandelure. Harv Akosaka. Aquaska. In homes illuminated by chandelure instead of lights, funerals were a constant occurrence, or so it said. Or so it said. But that was a tale for another time. This sounds so ominous. We got jerky. Colorful man, just amazing artwork. Alright, how can I not? Not to mention this one just makes me smile, but let's get some love for our good friend Belly Bowl. Belly Bowl. Look at the cute little guy, and he's like, I'm gonna zap you. I'm gonna zap you. But I do have to ruin it now, y'all, and I'm sorry to do this. Belly Bowl. If you look, the yellow parts of his face, those are actually his eyes and mouth. These things on the side of its head are actually its nostrils. Kind of makes you look a little differently at it. It is an Elefrog Pokemon. When this Pokemon expands and contracts its wobbly body, the belly button dynamo and its stomach produces a huge amount of electricity. Okay, I can just see this thing going and just generating electricity. Calling it mid, yeah, I agree. I think my chat froze for a second. It'll catch up. Insulator. Gotta love the belly bolts. Certainly got my fair share of belly bolts. Oh, there we go. I would be remiss if we didn't stop and look and gaze and awe and gawk at this beautiful Espeon. That's a weird explanation for gas. That's a weird explanation. Got gas money. Yeah, beautiful rainbow, just slight rainbow shadow from its tail. That's super cute. Put the Ninetales Curse legend on Discord. Thank you. Appreciate that. I'm very curious to know what everybody thinks the curse might be. I think it's just you never win another Pokemon battle as long as you live. Or anytime you are around fire, you get burned. It must have to do with flames and fire, right? That's what I would assume. You can read it out loud if you want. It's not too long. Excellent. Getting in there now. Ori, welcome back. I hope your walk was well. Ninetales Curse. According to this legend, a greedy trainer once entered a sacred dungeon, known to contain many rare Pokemon. The trainer encountered a Ninetales and crudely grabbed one of its tails. The trainer was supposed to receive a curse as a result of this action, but his Gardevoir took the curse. Doing its duty as the Gardevoir by protecting its master, which startled the Ninetales. The trainer, horrified, fled the scene in fear of the curse. Ninetales told Gardevoir that the trainer would one day become a Pokemon, which would bring on many natural disasters. Well, that, I think, raises just a little bit more question. Which Pokemon is this trainer going to become? And is that your theory, or is that one that you saw? Espionage always looks seductive. Espionage does look seductive. Espeon looks pretty seductive, too. I got you, boo. That's a very interesting theory, Kara. I think I'll put a little bit more thought into that. And I do want to know, is that your theory? Or is that a theory that you found? Did I just ask that question? Is there an echo in here? I know, right? It's just from Bulbapedia. Okay, that's pretty cool, but now I'm very curious to know. So let's theorize. What humanoid Pokemon are there? Do you think maybe it became a Mr. Mime? Cursed to forever never be able to talk, always miming its actions? Oh, that's... Jinx? Maybe Jinx? Mitchell Hero Arita. course, got to stop at our boy. I might have to go back and pull this, because this Haruaksoka is amazing. We just saw a Chandelure that they did. No, I'm thinking Ditto. Oh, cursed to not be one Pokemon, but to be every Pokemon. Matt. See, your theories are top tier, man. That's incredible. And no matter how hard it tries, it can never be a human. Blew my mind. Just blew my mind to wrap Ditto into it. But I think we're going to start that now and see how many more we can find, y'all. Because I think this artist is absolutely incredible. So we're going to grab our placeholders. They better all be placeholders. And this is the best thing to do if you're pulling art out of your binders, is put an energy card where that card was, so they're real easy to pick out where they go. I thought Ditto too. Weird. This is a little weird. You could say that you said Ditto to Ditto. Oh, cosmic. I appreciate y'all being here, and there's still 9 of you just hanging out, and nice small chill stream. I'm all about it. That's exactly what I needed after today. Yeah, I gotta say that without saying too much, Jesse. That looks really fire. Like, that looks absolute fire, what you're doing. So keep on doing it. You're incredibly talented. For anybody that doesn't know, Jessie is an artist, PokéGirl Jessie. She's also a brilliant cosplayer. And if you ever had the love of cosplay, you should definitely check her out. It was always an art form that was lost on me, just because I don't have the time, money, effort, or patience to make elaborate things. But I admire and encourage everybody that does, man. They're just some of the best I've ever seen, right there. Oswaldo! I have to go back and grab that. I gotta go back and grab the thing. You know, the thing. Yeah, the thing. And that means there must be other artwork in other modern sets by the same artist. Just a reminder, the card I'm pulling. LOL, Ditto. Also, it's claimed that each of its tails has a special type of power. Now I have a question that's gonna befuddle your noodle. Does each tail contain a separate curse? So each time you pull a tail, it might be something else. Maybe you become a Pokemon when you pull this tail. Maybe your Pokemon becomes your trainer if you pull this tail. Just thinking out loud, y'all. We like to theorize here, so if you've got some crazy theories and wanna speculate, go ahead and throw them in the chat. 12 of y'all in here, super appreciate you being here. Smash the like button, hit that so we are on the road to 600. Not really a race, I'll get there when I get there. But when I get there, I'm gonna go ahead and give away that promo Greninja right there. From Celebrations ETB. Gosan, Akira Igawa. Ooh, Yukamori. And now we're right back where we started. Cool. That's where I wanted to be. Looking through Obsidian Flames, and we're going to try and find that artist as well as Oswaldo Cato, if we can find any more. Would be cool. Sao. I really enjoy Sao's artwork. I think he really does a great job. Drampa. Boom. I'm gonna have to take a look, but look at that. Beautiful overhead shot. I think that's a battle arena. It might even be like the Champions battle arena from the game, with the Pokemon Center down there. Swablu, like, yeah, I don't want any part of that. I'm out of here. Love it. Hmm? All right. Alright, but we can't possibly not stop looking at the set until we look at our favorites here. Go ahead and look at CA Nanahara. This gorgeous artwork. They have also done the Hisuian Zoroark V-Star from Astral Stellar Crown. No, not Stellar Crown. Crown Zenith. Ooh, nice, says Alex Longoria. Beautiful card, says Jane, right? Certainly was breathtaking when I pulled it. And right there, same description. Can result in the 1,000-year curse, so I'm curious, does each tail contain a separate curse? And maybe one of those curses might be like extreme riches. That could be a curse. Love S9 tails, says Caradox. I agree. So far, it is the best Ninetales. Now let me tell you a story here for a second. Story time. I can't explain to you the amount of joy that I felt when I pulled this card. And let me tell you why. This is a very, very interesting and long story and journey. I've been collecting, as I explained to Maddie earlier, I've been collecting for a very long time. 1996 is when I opened my first pack. And up until this point, I had never pulled a Charizard in my life. Never pulled one to call my own. Now, I've had the base set Charizard and other Charizards, but they've always come to me by way of trade, by way of pulling it, by some story of miraculously finding it. But this was the first one that I ever pulled myself, so I now feel as though I'm an official collector. But just to make sure that everybody stays humble, as I was inspecting this card, looks gorgeous, right? Back looks amazing until you do this. And right there on the back of the card, sorry to blind you, but do you see that? That hairline scratch from the top of the card to the ball? No idea where it came from. Came out of the pack like that. Probably a factory defect. Roller line. Could have been, ran across the cutter the wrong way and somebody grabbed, oh no! Grabbed it real quick, but it didn't come through the front. But it's like invisible until you put it under a machine or light, and then it's right there. And you can get a nail under it. So it is a pretty deep scratch, but it is a nice find. It was just completely like, oh man, I love gold. I love gold. The feel of it, the taste of it, the smell of it, the texture. And the Zard just makes it all that much better. Alright, we're going to look at probably one of the best cards of the set right here. Set stamp. Love it. I'm kind of kidding because this one is clearly the better one. Clearly the better one. This is by Yaknoit. Shout out Halian, who introduced me to this artist to begin with. Make a wish, everybody. Although it's not Jirachi. Jirachi's the wishing Pokemon. Clefairy is said to bring incredibly good luck if you're able to spot a bunch of them dancing in the moonlight. And we have a couple of shout-outs here. I want to give a huge shout-out to the one and only Rocket Scott. Not only is he back live streaming, and I'm super happy to see him back on a regular basis. Of course, Pidgey, Pidgeot, Pidgeot, boom. Always make me think of Rocket Scott, so. Metronome dance. What's up, Krampus? How you doing, man? It's good to see you, fam. Pulled the SAR out of a few packs that I found in a vending machine, which was kind of nice. But shout out Rocket Scott. Really great man, somebody that helped the community single-handedly grow tenfold. Inspired so many PokeTubers, including myself, here and there. So keep doing what you're doing, Rocket Scott. If you happen to be listening in, just keep doing what you're doing, fam. We are all behind you 100%. Same, right? It's easy to do. And then, of course, there's another awesome PokeTuber slash Rip and Shipper. And I really couldn't go without saying that Trainer Spree, shout out to you and the Fire Squad. Nobody pulled more gold than Trainer Spree. So I called him out on it one day. Like, yeah, more gold. Okay, I'll believe it when I see it. Bam, gold. I was like, okay, 1 gold. That was lucky. Bam, gold. Bam, gold. He pulled like 12 golds in that stream, and I said, you made a believer out of me, Spree. You made a believer out of me. And so every time I go into a stream henceforth, I get there and he pulls a gold. And he pulls a gold, and I'm like, enough already, man. I get it. But great man, great community, great vibes in his chat. Everybody go check out Trainer Spree. Shout out Fire Squad. Ow. Coffee's done. There we go for my lovers of the EVs out there. Check out the Fire Squad. And how that go. Gold poser on match, right? And he's kind of influenced us all too, because he's the one, as far as I know, that started that Pheasantipedy, and now I can't not say it. So I wish I could catch his streams, but they're always during the work. Yeah, that's pretty much me too. But with his new setup, he's able to stream a lot more and for a lot longer also. Sub to all these now. Excellent, Krampus. Krampus, we met him yesterday in Jesse's stream, and he's a great member of the community, coming around wanting to check out some people. Appreciate you being here, Krampus. Hope you're enjoying the stream. Pretty much, I don't know if I'm going to get into any giveaways today. It really depends on where it goes. I just wanted to come live for an hour, maybe 2, see if I could look at some artwork, find some incredible artists, share it with all of you, tell some funny stories, and continue on. With the day, this beautiful Monday. Of course, let's go ahead and appreciate the art. This is Oku, and probably one of the most amazing promo cards of King Gambit I may have ever seen. I was chill after my career. Oh man, yeah, I had a weird day at work too. Yeah, the shift, man. Yeah, it was an okay day. Right, it was an okay day. It just was an odd day. And I was just like, man, I just want to sit here for a second and go through these cards and find the next artist. And then I was like, you know what, there's a bunch of ghosts that would probably want to do this with me, so I'm just going to go live and do it. Doing well, anxious about to see what packs I can pick up for shorts. Excellent. Best of luck to you. I hope you find some out there in the wild. I do know that there were 3 Japanese-inspired promo cards released around the same time. There was a Kingdra, And that Kingdra just has all kinds of Japanese artwork called back to it. It's got the finger waves. It's just beautiful. The King Gambit, and then there was one more. Someone help. Someone help. Seadra. It was Kingdra, King Gambit, and there was one other promo card with Shrouded Fable. Might have been... Thank you. It was the Greninja. Thank you, Matty G. It was the Greninja, and that was pretty sick too. The Kingdra, yep, the Kingdra Krampus, the King Gambit, and then the Greninja promo art, and those started going up pretty quick. I would love to get my hands on one of those Greninjas, one of the Seadras too, just mainly to not only have the set, but because of the artwork inspired by it. So. Beautiful. You know what? I think we're going to take a small break from the binders. Just kind of remembered something, and I think I want to share some cards with y'all. All three are fire, right? Absolute fire. I agree. 100%. I'm not sure how often I've told this story on stream, but if I haven't, it's a good story indeed. And it was one of my first ventures into the YouTube world, to be quite frank with you. Well, I'll still be Kevin, but Frank. So I was strolling along, and of course we all started kind of like DPM kind of got us all back into it. Krampus! I'm not biased because Feraligatr is my favorite or anything, but the illustration promo for Feraligatr is probably the best promo this year, maybe second to the Reshiram from JT. You know what? You're not wrong. Hands down, that Feraligatr has some pretty impressive artwork to it. And I would have loved to have a set of those also, and that Pikachu is just so cute. Raz scratching his little ear. But Feraligatr, he was my starter. He was my starter in Gen 2. So I'm a Feraligatr lover too, Krampus. All three are absolute bangers. So, as I was going through, we all started kind of with DPM, and we all noticed a couple of familiar faces with DPM. One of those is Ian with Ian. Super shout out to you, fam. Ian with Ian. One of my inspirations for even starting the channel and posting shorts. I did a whole story about it in one of my last mail videos with Ian. But somebody else that I noticed in there was Jay. Big tall guy, camera guy most of the time. Almost like a ghost stain mosaic. Oh, glass. Sorry, got ghost on the brain. A glass stain mosaic. Yes, I can feel that. Or a very intense watercolor. Yes, indeed. And Jay has a channel as well, and that's Jay's Corner TCD. And so I was going through, and I was like, oh, Jay is on and streaming, and it was late. And I go in there, and he's having fun, having a good time. People are buying packs, and I was like, you know what, let me show some support. And I've always had a thing with Shrouded Fable. And so I got a pack of Shrouded Fable, and he's like, first time purchase. And, like, yeah, first time purchase. I was like, all right, cool, it's Kev, and everybody's first time should be special. And so he reaches in, and he pulls out, I believe it was a Bombardier. Yeah, Bombardier EX and the Garchomp EX from Obsidian. Two of my favorite cards ever. He's like, there you go, everybody's first time should be special. I'll include that, because I didn't really pull squat from the packs, right? And one of the community members, I mentioned this last time about the Houndoom, because that's where I got this, is at Washington. He was in the chat, and he was like, first time order, let's go ahead and just give him my bag. And he gave me his whole winning bag, and I was just floored. I've never seen nor been a part of such kindness quite yet. So that's one thing that I was always cognizant of as I continued on in the realm of YouTube and going in people's chats and whatnot. I wanted to make sure that, you know, I never took more than what I was there to get. And normally I'm still the very same, like one and done, one and done, one and done. I don't like to win more than once. Maybe if there's like a giveaway and then an end of stream, I'll enter both. So, but I like to be very inclusive with the winning. And I was inspired due to this interaction, because what was in this bag? Togekiss EX from way back in the day. Might be Breakthrough for all I know, but Togekiss EX fairy typing. Super impressive. Terrakion EX. These are some of the very first EXs that were produced. This is from Dragons Exalted. For those that don't know, I believe that's black and white. One of my favorite sets. They were really getting their hands on the EXs. It's gorgeous. Oh, just so gorgeous. Mighty Yenna. Kind of looks like the Fluffer News. I want that food. Give me your food. Give me your food, Dane. This is from Astral Radiance. Old school hype for the EX. Old school hype for the EX. We give those a, yeah, hurrah! Hurrah for the EX. That's funny. The Luxray EX. This is a little more modern, from Twilight Masquerade. Just super fierce. By Planeta. Yomoshido. Shin Pao from Palday Evolved. And the Blissey EX. This is also from Twilight Masquerade. But these were just the panty sleeves in the bag. You like that? What do you like? You like the Blissey? Sorry, I think I went too fast, Maddie. But yeah, these are really nice and old cards. My man Kev, what's up, JR? Jackson Jade, if you're also together. Hope you guys are doing well. But y'all, that was just the penny sleeves. Let me show you the top loaders that were in his bag. And we're going to start with the Metatite from Stellar Crown. Yes, and Chin Pao, excellent. Yeah, Chin Pao is a good one. I'd have to say, I don't know, that's really hard. I really like Wu Chin. I know he's a giant grass slug, but at the same time, he just has that darker, just viney look, and I really enjoy it. But I really like the Metatite, just swinging. Great card, says Matty G, right? Just swing. I'm pretty sure you pulled this card yesterday, didn't you? But I do like the Chatot flying in the background there. And obviously he's singing because this dude's trying to meditate, and he's looking at that bird like, can you not? I am trying to meditate. And I think that's incredibly hysterical. Wu Chin Clan is my favorite rapper. Wu Chin Clan, that's funny, man. That's funny. No, trust me, I'm a student of the 36 Chambers. Of Wu Chin. Favorite card as far as storytelling. This is a pretty good as far as storytelling, because we can all pretty much relate, right? And this flower is really messing with my vision here. This is Yoriko Akose. Yoriko Akose. It meditates. It meditates its heightened and inner energy. And to float in the air, it eats one berry a day. Well, it doesn't look like he's floating in the air. That would be a sick card, though. Metatite floating in the air. 36 Chambers, I love it. Squawkabilly. Worst Pokemon. I don't know. It gives me a lot of great memories, as well as trainer Matty on Bro Rips. He's a big Squawkabilly fan. He always goes, "Holy squawkamole!" And it's just super cute. So, Geo's Exile was in there, which I thought was pretty epic, by Tokoya. Of course, it's printed over his head. I think that's an error. I don't know. Is it supposed to be printed over his head? But gotta love the boss. Shout out Rocket Scott. Of course, anybody that has been hanging around a little bit knows I absolutely adore full art cards. So when I saw the Hisuian Samurott V full art from Astral Radiance, and just the colors, and just, look at it. Just look at it. The Houndoom EX is underrated. I agree. Although it does have a pretty good following, and it did jump up in price a bit. Love that card. Beautiful, right, Jane? Gorgeous Hisuian Samurott V. One of my favorite Pokemon ever, the Blood Moon Ursaluna full art, which of course I'm not the biggest red fan, but when you talk about Blood Moons, you either like red or you don't. So Blood Moon Ursaluna. This was GC Works, okay. Okay, why? Okay. So yeah, all of these were gifted to me, all. And this was the first random act of kindness that I feel that I received. Sticking with the theme of things Jesse and Matty G pulled yesterday, I also received the Melodic from Surging Sparks full art by N Designs Incorporated. Which again is just gorgeous. Bubbles, the shine, the texture, they did it all right. But this one blew my mind. Another great card. Another one. Not too bad. I believe that's from Chilling Rain. But this, I mean, I don't know. What do you guys think of this? You guys know what set that's from? CTR would love that card. Yeah, he would. I'm sure he's got a million of them, though. That man probably owns 90% of the Celebi population in graded slabs. Not that there's anything wrong with that. If you got a favorite, you got a favorite. Battle Styles, close. Evolving Skies, Evo indeed. Sylveon, see, I knew that's how we'd get ALB out of his cave there. Just throw up a Sylveon. I was showing Espeons like crazy earlier. Favorite evolution is the Sylveon, Jane? Where's the donation button? Donation button? No donation button. Oh, you know what? I mean, I did put my thing in the description, but, I mean, you know. Donation button. I can afford that. This, I was telling a story, was gifted to me by a member of the community, Washington. Washington noticed it was my first purchase at Jay's Corner, and he gave me his whole win bag. And this was months and months. This must have been at least 5-6 months ago now. They've just been sitting in the bag, y'all. I'm beside myself. They'll forever remain in that bag for a story. 3,000 watch hours. It's coming, man. I'm on my way. I'm actually just about to pass like 900. So I just got to keep on going. And today, this was just for me. I was having an off day. I realized, like, oh, you know what? DPM wasn't streaming today. He's a business trip. Bro Rips wasn't streaming today. He's a business trip. And I just wanted to unwind, look at some cards, and figured I'd share it with all of you. This was just for me. Yep, this one's all for me. And sharing it with all of you. 30 ETBs of bulk. How many hours you got? Yep, just shy of 900. Although, when everything clicks over in the next couple days, it could be closer to 1,000. Plus, I wasn't really planning on today either. Oh, EDF just went live. So yeah, really appreciate the gifts from that community member there. It's the amount of hours to hit the YouTube partner. Yep, that's what it is, Krampus. Hit YouTube partner and open up like the memberships and super chats and things like that. You need 3,000 public watch hours, of which my shorts aren't going to contribute to those watch hours because they more contribute to shorts views than they do public watch hours. So let's get back into it. How are you doing tonight, Al? How was work and all that? Did you work today? Pantheon Fates. I love specialty sets, y'all, because you can see so many artworks from so many different sets in one place. I'm looking for a couple in particular. I found a certain art style that I was really a fan of, and now I'm seeing if they're doing anything else in any set around it. Because if they are, then I'm pulling them and we're going to do it. And that is this artist right here. They didn't want me to work 8-hour days, so they said stay home if I wanted. Does it count if we rewatch it? Yes, it does, Brangus. It sure does. So yeah, this artist style really stood out to me, not just because they're two of my favorite Pokemon, happenly, but I'm curious why that style never stuck out to me before, and how many I've been missing as we go through. Nothing in Paldean Fates. Ghosty Pup. Now we're getting back into the boundaries crossed, which is totally fine. Speaking of things CTR would like, All-Star Marathon run about your video. Brangus, I appreciate you. Should make a playlist of your videos? I did. I do have PokéGhost past lives. I know, it's funny. And I threw all the past lives in there. I have playlists of all the artist appreciation shorts. Sure did. Stay for the giggles indeed. It's always a fun time at ALBs, where truly the community, I've not only seen it just grow, but it thrives around ALB streams, so appreciate what you do for the community, fam. Dinging on the bottom there, gonna ruin my dreams. Players on the laptop when I go to work. Oh man, I appreciate you guys so much. You have no idea. I always thought this was a gorgeous card. This is how an EX should look, in my opinion. You guys are great. Making me blush. Especially when, you know, as I mentioned, I didn't really anticipate or think this was going places, but let me just show you what this hollow pattern does. 2 browsers, 2 30? I have a lot of sealed Al. Each of you are a staple of this community. Without most of y'all, it wouldn't be what it is. I say that a lot. I wouldn't be any of me without some of you. Look at how much that hollow pattern does for the design. But the black and white hollow pattern's unmatched. Not to mention, look at this guy. Shin Nagisawa. Not who we're looking for, but the hollow patterns in black and white I'm just gaga for. Most. This is getting old school. I love Boundaries Crossed so much, I would happen to say that it might be my favorite set. I wish I would have had a chance to finish it. Man, I might have to go back and just do something with all these old EXs. I'll stop. I think I need another lot. Most. You're okay, Lori. You're okay. You do not have to stop. I'll give you per ETV $5 with Pride Ever versus Hollow, some with one reg. I love Keldeo. Keldeo is awesome, right? Got some. There's not one bad Keldeo card out there. He just always looks great. I have a place for EXs. Be there in a few hours. Even the little baby cards, man, Keldeo just looks totally boss. That Keldeo got a lot of love in the black and white era, of course, because that's when that movie came out. The Boundaries Crossed in particular, they made 3 different. Krampus hopped into the server. Welcome, buddy. Just started with all your oldest video and put off. Man, you guys are great. Keldeo, I like his regular card better, yeah? How about this one? I'm at 15 prime cards. I didn't know there was so 15 prime. I didn't know there was so many either. Love that card so much. But yeah, Keldeo cards, he's one of my just low-key secret faves. I'd love to own that illustration from who's it? Crown Zenith. That art rare is so nice. Wonder if Fox has ever seen that card before. Of course, let's go ahead and just do that comparison. Make sure you shuffle or it'll stop at the last or oldest. Keldeo GX is one of your favorites. That's a cool art, right? Meloetta. Never seen that poet. You've never seen Meloetta? Oh, interesting. It's the Melody Pokemon. Let's learn about Meloetta, Gene. The melodies sung by Meloetta have the power to make Pokemon that hear them happy or sad. Don't like the hollows from that era? You don't like this hollow? Is that what you're saying, Matt? I wouldn't know, though. Laura, you're funny. Or so I heard. Got our supersonic Sandshrew. Okay. We got to see White Kyurem earlier. Let's look at Black Kyurem. The Neapolitoad is hands down the best art of any card. Ooh, the Neapolitoad, huh? I'm gonna have to look it up. Like, coming to mind, I have an image. Got it, thanks. Look like old TV noise. Well, kinda. But I think just how it shines when you... I don't know. I really like it. It gives depth to a flat image. But I can see the TV noise. Speaking of Dragon Fang, where is Dragon Fang, Dan? It must still be a little bit early. This is by Isuke. Yoshinobu. Nice. But yeah, this is how EXs look. That's the EXs that I'm used to. Neapolitoad. I think I grabbed this one for Deadpool already. I think I grabbed that one for him already. Chunky boy, shout out Deadpool. I think he's live right now, actually. I can't believe there is not another art. gonna look really, really forward to looking those up. Oh, by the way, there was a question that was asked in a previous live, and I did do a little research on that. And the research is, somebody asked if Pokemon card artists have done art outside of Pokemon cards. And I thought that was an interesting thing to look up. And of course, logic would state that any artist that professionally draws for a major business might have a little bit of artistic background before getting that position. But I was curious, like, were they well-known artists before that happened? And so I did do a little bit of digging, and one in particular artist, Sao, I decided to look into them. And as I did look into them, they have done art outside of Pokemon cards, but a lot of the artwork that I seem to be finding is Pokemon-based. And so when I say that, I mean, has anybody played or downloaded the Pokemon Sleep app? Old flashbacks of holding the antenna up just the right position for hours so my dad could watch the football game. Not the rabbit ears. Not the rabbit ears, Matt. That's some EX hype. I agree, 100%. That's some EX hype right there. Looks like old TV noise. That's funny. That's funny. I remember the AMP channel. Karaso is such a great artist. Yoriyuki Kagame, we know that name. Yoriyuki Ikugame. Kind of makes you feel for the sun skirt a little bit, right? The surski. Kind of makes you feel just a little bit. It secretes a thick, sweet, scented syrup from the tip of its head and lives on weed-choked ponds. Attaboy. Why am I showing you this card right now? Because the exact same artist did the Art Rare Bulbasaur cards from 151. Bulbasaur, Venusaur, Ivysaur. Art Rares was done by Yukiyori Ikigame. Pretty neat in how diverse that can be, right? You open up a canvas and give somebody time, they can make miracles, but this is gorgeous, from the water ripples to the leaves moving in the direction, and there's no consistency, it's chaos. Card 1 of 1 in the set. You got it. It is card 1 of the set. Shout out Mr. Skang. I hope Skang's doing okay. I don't know if we're going to be on long enough for us to get to Mr. Skang, but get to see Mr. Skang, I should say. Machine. But anybody pull anything interesting lately? Anybody have any stories that they would like to share? Sweet. We got one. Yo! The real ultimate Poke V. I have a story. You have a story. What's up? How you doing tonight? Welcome in. There's Oswaldo Cato. That's who we're looking for. That's who we're looking for. I probably should have went here first, huh? They're just all popping out. Here's another one, y'all. That's by Oswaldo Cato. We all like Iron Bundle. Cute little guy carrying his little bag. That's not right. Cool. Got it. Me too. Even Kawaii's EXs go pretty hard. Look at this kind of art style. This is what an EX should look like, y'all. Just like that. Like Kawaii, which is hands down my favorite artist of the game. That is one thing I will be certain of. Plus one of our favorite Pokemon. We like Kofagrigus here. But not the artist we're looking for today. We're looking for two in particular artists. Oswaldo Cato is definitely one of them. Speaking of which, here we go. Of course, I don't really like when 3 different artists do the 3 different cards in the line, but Oswaldo did the Tink-a-Tink. Pounds iron scraps together to make a hammer, and will remake the hammer again and again until it's satisfied with the result. I can relate. I can relate. Yep. I can relate. Gotta be perfect. This has very little to do with anything. I just wanted to go ahead and shout out Screamtail! Screamtail! Springer. Kilbabo. Hilganosuke. Gorgeous, gorgeous. So, a very interesting something happened yesterday. And it did not happen to me, it did happen to my neighbor. And I kind of wanted to ask if it's happened to any of you, because this was kind of odd and we were a little bit meh about it. And of course I've seen more horror stories and horror movies to know better than when crazy stuff starts happening like this and to when we need to put it away. And I get a message on my phone and it says, "Hey, did you order groceries?" And I said, "No, I didn't order groceries." And they go, "Huh, there's groceries outside my door." I said, "Oh, okay. Maybe they're the other neighbors, and I don't think they're home. And if they are, then they're definitely asleep." And I said, "Okay. You didn't like order anything? Is it trash? Like, are you sure it's food?" And she sent a picture, and yeah, it was just someone's groceries. That's what it looked like. I was like, "Okay." She was like, "Yeah, some of it is open." And I was like, "Okay, some of it is open. That's a little bit weird." And she doesn't know, how it got open, or it's like, was it an animal? Like, no, it doesn't look like an animal. What's up, Ernie? How you doing, buddy? I think everybody abandoned me, but that's okay. I'm half joking. I know there's still some people lurking back there. Lurk on, y'all. I promise. I've got no problem talking. So yeah, there was just groceries there. Some of them were open. It looks like by human hands, and yeah, no idea where they came from or where they were going. And so I was like, well, let's I don't know, let's maybe put them back outside, because suddenly my mind started telling myself, like, somebody left groceries on this lady's porch so that they can come back, knock on the door, and be like, "Do you have my groceries?" and bust in. I'm like, just put them back outside. You don't want any part of that. She's like, I'm gonna put them back outside. But I was just curious, has that ever happened to anybody else? Or would anybody else have done something different? Get you ready to... Hi, Ernie, says Jane. What's going on, Ernie? How are you today, man? How was the day? There we go. I got a lot of cards in from Paradox Rift. I wish we could have gotten another booster box to rip. Gonna look at one of my favorites. This is one of my favorite EV cards ever. The Leafeon, just enjoying the smell of the little flowers. This is from Crimson Haze, which is Japanese Twilight Masquerade. Ah yes, I'm here lurking. I'd be immediately suspicious and not take whoever shows up at my door like that. Yeah, I agree, Bappy. I agree. And it's good to see you, fam. I hope you're doing well tonight. Lurk away, lurk away. Of course, I do want to kind of call you out a little bit if I can, because I feel like it's long overdue, and this thing's just been kind of hanging behind me. And I've been starting to notice that we have a lot of very talented people in our community, such as PokéGirl Jessie and Manuel Marias, Fox, Echo Fox in his shadow box art, Halian with her little stuff, like just drawing. It's just everybody is so artistic, and I was talking to myself the other day, and I think I want to move forward, and I want to start doing a lot more of my artist appreciations on people in the community and the artists that we all know and love. And the one thing that I noticed is that this has been hanging behind me. Nobody's really brought it up. I'm not sure if anybody can see it, so I'm going to share it with you all right now. And I'm going to tell you that Bappy in the chat actually made this for me and sent it. And this is Needlepoint. No way. Yes, Baffy. Thank you so much for this. It was very thoughtful. Showing up, and it's been hanging behind me since I got it. But man, when I say, like, you gotta understand the amount of time it takes to just stab this thing over and over and over and over and over and over again. Like, and how accurate. Right? I agree. So talented. Now that I can do, sit there and stab something, Brangus. Hey, who knew? That was art. So thank you, Baffy. I really appreciate you. Keep doing what you're doing, fam. I'm excited to see the next one, but this was absolutely selfless. Really cool, right? And something neat also is I was able to acquire some pretty incredible art yesterday from PokéGirl Jessie as well. Gonna have to wait and see what that is unless you were in that stream yesterday. But I'm just so excited for it, and it belongs right here in PokéGhost Town. So yes, Mimikyu, I always like to tell myself it hangs behind me, so Mimikyu always has my back. Yes, please do. Please do share more. Absolutely. Absolutely. I've seen some incredible art come out of you, not just the Mimikyu. Of course, everything you touch is kind of gold, but Mimikyu always sits right there. There is also another very, yo, what's up, JB? I just made a short with the paintings. Excellent. Jesse just made a short with the paintings. Well, how about that, Jesse? Thank you for doing that. I think that just gave me an idea. What do you think? I think we all need to go and watch Jesse's short on those paintings that she just made. Did you just release it? Or are you still editing it, Jesse? Hi, JB. How are you doing today, JB? I hope you're doing well, fam. Yeah, I used to do that with my grandmother when I was a wee youngin'. Excellent. It's never a bad thing to get back to, man. The one thing that I used to do, it's posted. Excellent. Yeah, I think that's what we're going to do, is we're going to go and find PokéGirl Jessie's short here in a minute, and we're going to go do that and see, drop some comment love on PokéGirl Jessie, and if you're not subbed up to her, I suggest that we sub up. In fact, you probably have. Good to see you. It's good to see you too, fam. Thank you. Yeah, absolutely. Let's go and get some views on her new short of her paintings. Go and see what a talented artist that PokéGirl Jessie is as well. Let me see if I can multitask here. Same, bro. Same, bro. Appreciate y'all being here. Still 11 of you. I'm just grabbing something real quick. Oh, that's so cool. That's so cool. Why is it not letting me do that? Thank you. Alright. There it is, y'all. I'm just going to step away for a second, stretch my back. I honestly don't know how much longer I'm going to be able to go, y'all. My back is kind of a little bit rough right now, and sitting on it isn't helping out. So, there's Jesse's new short. Go ahead and check it out. Found a few rainbow TG cards at the market. Was super excited. Excellent. Are you in the Discord, Jane? Did we talk about this? If you're in the Discord, you can post anything that you were able to pick up. Had a slight lag, no worries. That is beautiful. Thanks for sharing. Yeah, absolutely. We might do a comment pick around that at the end. I don't know. I'm waiting to fill up my hitbox a little bit. I need to fill up the hitbox a little bit to kind of go through and make it kind of worth the pick. Because I definitely understand. I do have some vintage though, so if anybody's interested in some vintage, maybe we can throw together a PokéGhost booster pack of vintage if you would like. So we'll see what we can do. But yeah, everybody go and watch that short real quick. I will be right back. I just have to stretch my back out a little bit. And yeah, we'll go from there. I don't know where my card went. Boom. Of course, no apology. Gotta take care of your back. Yeah, thank you, Brangus. That's something I need to do a better job of consistently. But I think I need another cushion for my chair. Appreciate y'all. I think I gotta make that decision. Can only go for another little bit. But yeah, I gotta take care of my back. Appreciate y'all. How was the shore? Did everybody go over, comment, like, and sub? And then I'm gonna watch it later, Jesse, so I can do that properly. It's not the value of the cards, it's how we won them that makes it fun. Aww. I appreciate that, Jane. Really nice paintings. I agree, so much so that I just couldn't pass it up, so those are going to be acquired, and once again, super appreciate that, Jesse. And spoiler alert, she's working on another, but I'm not going to say more than that. Thank you. Don't you drip on my binder. You go lay down. I'll go out soon. Promise. Go. Go, go, go. Go, go, go. Y'all are amazing. You're amazing. I appreciate you and the positivity that you bring to the community as well. Stumbled into Rocket Scots one day. Here you are. 100% yours, Kev. Appreciate that, Jesse. Super do. And that Absol, it just looks so nice to complement everything else. Does anybody have that habit of making coffee and then letting it turn into iced coffee? Because I'm that way. So this artist, definitely want to take a closer look at here. Haru Akasoka. We can do this. Let's peek, shall we? We're just going to do a little peek. We're going to take a look, because these cards are so neat. And if I have any sets sitting next to me that these are attached to, then we're certainly going to pull those out too. I don't know, misplacing my... No, I drink it too quick. Misplacing, that's funny. I drink it too fast. I haven't acquired a taste for cold or iced coffee. Oh, like Korean coffee. Ooh, that's something I've never had. I will say that iced coffee, it definitely has to be super sweet. It can't just be coffee that's iced. There we go. Okay, okay. Okay. I don't know how I missed that. I might have to go and look back real quick. But... wow, I really don't have number 2 in Obsidian Flames. That's super weird. Number 7. Rescue. There we go. Masquerade, that's another one by that artist. Wow, they've only been at it? Oh no, they've had to have been at it for a little longer than that. But their last card is showing is, they've only done 12 cards in the entire series. Okay, there's one that I know that I have. 2 that I know that I have. How they evolved. Temporal forces journeying together. Let's try and find some journey together in that Paradox Ricks. Number 11. Alright, sorry y'all. I just had to look at a couple of arts and know the direction I was heading. Come on. Thank you. I love that Absol. It's so vibrant. I remember when I pulled that one, I had myself a moment. Yeah. This one here, oh my god. And I wasn't even expecting it either. They had pulled it on that stream, and I was like, Oh my god, that's the card. That card is eluding me. And they're all like, oh, this one? Yeah, it's a beautiful one. And then it showed up in my bag, so super appreciate you, Jesse. Maddie? Need number 2 from Obsidian Flame. Number 2 from Obsidian Flames. Yeah, it's done by the artist that I'm looking for, and that spot is blank. I can't believe out of how much Obsidian I've opened, I don't have a basic number 2. Thank you, Krampus. I will for sure. I gotta find out where my Neo is. Crap. It's probably in that white box right there. So maybe I'll look into it and we'll do some Neo next stream, bud. Maybe we'll do that, because I really want to see it, but I'm sure I've got it. Spoiler alert, I don't have a Neo binder. All of my Neo is loose. And that's only because I've only got a very little. From my story earlier that I was mentioning, I don't really... I didn't really collect around those times, so... Of so many arts from Obsidian. Obsidian Flames has like the greatest art out of some of the cards, like hands down. Those ones there. Of course, this artist that I'm looking for also did that Zamazenta V, Crown Zenith, Galarian Gallery, number 54, that real vibrant red one, and now everything makes sense. They also did that Impidimp from Journey Together, and if I remember correctly, thanks to the Miss Lori, we actually got a couple of those packs hanging here, and let's see if we were lucky enough to hit ourselves an Impidimp during those openings, because that would be cool. And like, appreciate you, Lori. Hope you're doing well, boo. Got that. Tomokazu. The Nimble. Jesse, the card's beautiful. Card's beautiful. I just completed my OBF Master set last week. Let's go, JB. You like the new JP Nova set coming out. Every card is going to have an illustration rare art. I can't wait. I can't wait. Bifecta complete. Awesome. Thank you for that, Ernie. Super appreciate you. Oh, that weirded me out a little bit. Yep, that's where I'm going to be in about the next 30 to 45 minutes. I'm going to look just like that to you. Mina no Kai, Ends Castle, the Larvitar, Nimble again, Ends Clink, kind of looks like that artist too. Deadpool, is that Deadpool here? Did I miss out Deadpool coming in here? I'm sorry, fam. Unless you just saw Snorlax, and I didn't. It's almost like you knew. How did you know, Ryan? Oh, that's funny. I don't care who you are. That's funny right there. I can't believe we didn't have an Impidimp in that pack. About 19% complete on Master Set. So having much luck with the polls. Yeah, Obsidian is hard, man. And for a while there, Amazon was running these kind of deals where it was like 2 booster bundles for like $45, and I was like, yeah. So I just kept buying 2s, and you know, as you can see, there's I have a lot of holes as well. I would probably say I'm just shy of halfway, and I've got very, very little of the art rares. In fact, I showed you all the art rares that I have from Obsidian today. Zombie Crab. Viking Rock. Viking Rock. Fall Corona. Brock. Good to see you. Corviknight. Love it. Corvisquire for those keeping track. Love the ghosts. I pulled the SIR Reveroom Gardevoir Trainer Gallery from Astro with the Machamp VMAX double banger, and the Ghostly from Temporal also today. Holy moly, Ernie. Better get those hands certified. And the Kamala. Man, I remember seeing an Impidimp from this set. I know there's got to be one in here. Amazing Snorlax wearing mask and wielding 2 swords. Shout out Alolan Marowak. Lily's Rabumbe. Takami Wada. So cool. So cool. Joltik. We might have to dig deep, deep. We might have to go to battle partners. Ernie's hand run, 100% luck. Always, always. Ernie's got that extreme luck. And that's okay. Sometimes we go on these really long dry spells, y'all, of just not being able to hit the stuff that we want to. And sometimes we go on the runs that'll change your life forever. It's like, man, I need to just stop completely or I'm just going to press my luck. Speaking of battle partners, and PokéGirl Jessie. First art rare from battle partners I pulled was that one. Second secret rare was this one. Shout out PokeFun Boys. Or PokeBoys. I get them in my mind. They're both amazing. The Magearna. Cute. Hoping to get the Mewtwo from DR so I can pause. So yeah, from Destined Rivals. Yep, that set's gonna be hot for sure. Man, I brought a lot of battle partners. Comfy. I got mail from Arizona. 23 love and Butchermon today. Excellent. Such a fun set. Battle Partners was such an amazing set. Destined Rivals is going to be just as fun. I would really, really love to get a box of... It's such a funny stance for Mr. Mime. I would love to get a box of Team Rocket to rip with y'all. I think that would just be like the coolest night ever. Hunting for the artwork, doing giveaways and whatnot. I am also working on a game, y'all. I think I have it pretty well perfected. I do have to go through some trial runs. But I'm going to roll out Guess the Artist. And that's going to be the game on this channel here, is Guess the Artist. And I will make it multiple choice. And sometimes we'll do Guess the Artist, Get the Card. How about that? How about that? Just working on getting it set up so I can run the giveaways from my phone. Aw, Jane, you're such a sweetie. I super appreciate you, fam. You really don't have to, but again, I'll never turn anything away. Like, the amount of love from the community is just unmatched. I will stand by that. Hops what? This Pangoro, which nobody knows is a Pangoro because the art is a little obscure. It is Nagimisu. It is an amazing art. It's just so small on the card, you just can't see it in its entirety. Like, if you saw this entire picture, it would be probably a little bit more legible. We got the Darmanitan. Caterpie. We were looking for one Pokemon in particular. That is the Impidimp. For you to do art videos, at least I can do... Oh, I appreciate you, Jane, for real, I do. And that might end up perfect because, yeah, my next episode, y'all, is going to be, I think, 99. And then 100. And my 100 is reserved for Ken Sugimori. I'll send you Digimon bulk and a few rares. Okay. You can. I'm not saying I'm against Digimon. I mean, we'll definitely look into it. I'm all about the art. The only thing that I really want is making sure that the artist is credited on the card, because I do know a lot of TCGs don't do that. But, ends PP up. Shout out CHH3. Impidimp. Son probably loved this stuff. Excellent. What is Digimon? So Digimon was kind of the answer to Pokemon, Jane. It came out, it has its own story, its own plot, its own monsters, its own battle rules. There was a theory going on way back in the day. This is not a PokéGhost theory. This is I guess you can call it a rumor that I heard. But I heard that the creators and corporation of Pokemon wanted to see if they could create something comparable and compete with themselves. But I think there might have been like maybe a competing differences, and maybe some people left and created their own, but Digimon is very, very similar with evolutions and all that. I didn't really get too much into it, although I did research a lot of the Digimon because they're just so much more gung-ho and artillery and weaponry, and I just thought they looked really cool. Senjo Phil on Discord, I joined already. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, for sure. It's one thing you don't see much of in our world is the Digimon. But I'm never going to not do that. Share the art. We can make up our own theories. We can even research it and learn something about another game. Or collection, because I know Digimon are available everywhere. Alright. We saw a lot of these arts already, pretty close up. Peeing Pancham. He's peeing. I know he is. Druddigan. That's Kawaii. Stop and appreciate my favorite artist here for a second. Silly Ghosts. Get the Furret. Jet Energy. Sui? Ooh, Takamiwata. So y'all should look up the Takamiwata Zamazenta. I think it's from Heatwave. But man, it's just so lifelike of what you would imagine Zamazenta to look like if you were to see him standing on a mountain. Daramaka. We're on a mission, and I am sorry, we're on a mission. And that mission, Butterfree, fly. It's weird they didn't make that one hollow in the Japanese set. Love this Metapod, or Matty G and PokéGirl Jessie would call it wallpaper. Kind of looks like wallpaper. Alright, I'll get a few photos for you in a bit later. About to have a nap. I work early morning shift. No worries, Krampus. I hope you have a good nap, man. We're not going to be going too much longer. I don't think my back can take it. 15, 20 tops. Need Impident from JT. I got it too. So that one I might need for sure. But if I have it in battle partners, then we can pass that one up. Sickest bandit ever. Really, I just need the art chain as much as I appreciate it, and I haven't really started collecting Journey together too much, so I don't have a whole heck of a lot of it. Like wallpaper from the 60s, 70s. Yep. The whole lot of you, cuties. Bye, everyone. Have a good night, Krampus. I appreciate you hanging out as long as you did, fam. And we'll see you next time. Ooh, Pearl. Is that Lily's Pearl? Higgity. Beautiful Sprigatito. Cutie pie. Kilowattrel. Nope, that's Wattrel, for those keeping track. Come on, I know I'm not crazy. My mind is photogenic. I know there's an Impidimp in here. I would end on Lily's Pearl, wouldn't I? Giggity. Well, that doesn't mean I don't have it. That just means it's not in this stack that I thought it was in. Well, that's a bummer. So I don't have that artwork, but I think I do have enough of them to create at least the one short. I didn't realize that there was only 12 cards from this artist. The one thing that I've been in the habit of doing, if I notice that they have under 20 cards, I actually try and feature every card that they've done in the short. So yeah, you can look out for that. As well as, I want y'all to be a lookout for all of you, I guess would be a good thing to say. Because I'm going to start sprinkling artist appreciation shorts within about some of you, an artist in our community. I never do anything without permission. So if I am going to feature you in an artist appreciation short, you best be darn sure I'm going to reach out and ask you if it's okay to do so. And then make sure that you post some things on your channel, and I will take care of the rest. But I want that to be just a reminder of how much I appreciate you all, and everything that you do. So thank you for that. What we can do is, let me go ahead and get that PokéGhost pack here. Let's bust out some of the vintage. Let's see. I think we're going to throw one of these in there. Granted, it's definitely loved. I'm just warning you that now. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. But we're going to stick to the theme, of course. All my shorts always have a theme attached to it. This is going to be a PokéGhost Japanese booster pack. I'm going to have 5 special cards in here. And this is going to be, of course, for the PokéGirl Jessie short that we just all went and commented on. Granted, you do not have to be here in case anybody went ahead and decided that they needed to bounce a little early. But due to it being a PokéGirl Jessie short, and due to that theme of that stream yesterday, man, this is, I'm nutty. I'm a nut. But there was a theme yesterday in her stream that was Chandelure. This is from, I believe, Night Wanderer. Could be the Mask of Change also. But this does happen to be a duplicate, so what I'm going to do right now is do something I have not yet done. And I'm going to take this. That looks awful. I'm gonna have to let it dry for a sec. So we're gonna throw that hollow in there also. What's up, Alien? Hey, yo. Bye, everyone. Bye, Krampus. So, Alien, I don't know if you were here when we did it, but real quick, right here. This is a short from PokéGirl Jessie and some of her new artwork that she was working on, that I have acquired. And I'm going to go ahead and give away a PokéGhost booster pack of hodgepodge of stuff. This is going to be thrown in there. Definitely one of one. I've never signed a hollow before, so I'm going to let that dry and throw it back in the sleeve for y'all. I did see a good idea, so I think I'm going to put the date on here too, because I think that's just a brilliant idea. But if you haven't went and go and commented on that, comment, like, and sub if you haven't. Man, this is bleeding everywhere, and you know what? It kind of looks super cool. I don't know what this is going to turn into, y'all. I might have to get a felt marker. I don't know, I kind of like how it looks. One of one number it. I could do that too. This marker's a little bit thick. Let's see if this is... I don't know if this is going to ride on the surface of this though. It does work. Should have used this one. 5-5. Well, it's not great, but it's mine. Signature, date, 1 of 1. Hollows do not like Sharpies. They do not, but the fine pointed Sharpies, Jesse, it actually works really well. So I should have used the fine point Sharpie, but I kind of like the bleeding look of the marker here. Hopefully what I do is when I put it in here, it's not going to rub off. Maybe I'll throw it in a top loader immediately and forever seal it. But, appreciate that. Of course, Jesse, if you went ahead and replied on any of your comments, you could very well win this also. What I'm going to throw in on top of that is you're going to get this awesome Ken Sugimori, sticking with the theme of the 100th episode coming up. Hitmonlee, who we just had a good old laugh when we found this card, and him just punching down the road. Thought it was hilarious, but this is from Legendary Treasures. So, thought that was pretty neat. I did reply. Cool, it looks spooky, right? I like it. Got Koga's Weedle from Gym Heroes. I'm going to be completely honest with y'all. These are directly from some of the graveyard. So these have definitely been loved, but I want to be completely honest that these are mine. So these are mine from way back when. I've held on to them all this time, and I felt, you know what, it's time to start giving things away. So I'm going to give these away. Going to throw in a Jungle Bellsprout. And this Topps Cloyster holographic. It is loved. It does have a little bit of bends in it, and I apologize, but the holographics were always super cool. I love cards. Excellent. Love that. So that's what we're going to do now. I'm going to run that comment picker. Let me get it all packaged up here. So special. So special, right? Because not only that, but it does come with my stories. There we go. Fit into that nice and neat. And throw that right on top. And then, thanks again to Lori for the sleeve contribution to the channel. Definitely have been loving these sleeves, although they are a little wide. But I like them because they can fit a lot of cards inside. Love the Cloyster. Well, thanks. That is also some cards, and let me tell you that story real quick, because these cards do have a story attached to them. Y'all are going to laugh. Maybe you'll cry a little bit. I don't know. It always makes me a little bit sad when I tell it, because of how humble my friend was. And back in the day, I'm talking elementary school, I had a friend named Kevin, and a few friends named Kevin, actually. But what we did was, I went to school with all my birthday party invites one day, and I passed them out all around school, and I was so excited. And there was one person that came to my birthday party, and that was this Kevin. And before the party, he had reached out, and he goes, I was just curious, my mom and I were on our way to the store, what do you want for your birthday? And I was like, yo, Pokemon cards. That was the only thing on my brain at that age. And he goes, Pokemon cards, you got it. And I was so excited. I was like, Pokemon cards, yes. And he comes and he's like, all right, it's time for gifts. And he goes, here you go, man. And I ripped that bag open and I pulled out Pokemon Topps cards. Now let me tell you why the story is significant. It was a learning moment because I was disappointed. Weird, right? I was disappointed that they were Topps cards and not the cards that we all know and love. I didn't say anything. You know what I said? Man, no way, you got me Pokemon cards. That's incredible. Can we open them together? That's what I said. But deep down, I was like, they're not Pokemon cards. They're these things. These are those cards from that 10th birthday that I want to share with you guys and share with the world. I didn't want him to feel bad because he came out of his way to go to the store to pick me out what I wanted, to come to my birthday party. There's no way I was going to say, oh, these aren't the ones I wanted. No way that I was going to say that. So that's the story that comes along with all of these Topps cards. I do have others. There's some that I'll never part with because, as I said, once it's gifted to me, I'll never part with it. But the only thing they're doing now is getting loved in my collection, gaining stories, gaining dust, and they're not really helping anything. So now, when I send this out, hopefully whoever wins it was here and could hear the story, and they'll understand just what that means, and maybe they can tell it themselves. But honestly, regardless of anything, I'm so happy that all of you are here with me. Give me one quick second. I'm going to pull up the comment picker, and we're going to do it. And shout out once more to PokéGirl Jessie. Appreciate you and your artwork. Let's see who's going to walk away with the PokéGhost booster pack. Love that. That's your character through and through. Great art. Aw, man. You guys are great. I know I'm missing a couple of comments here. Okay, computer's going super slow. That's okay. That's okay. There we go. Come back to me. Maybe come back. Maybe come back to me. Alright. The one thing that I will get eventually is a new computer. It would be super cool to not have to work so slowly. But that will come with time. I'm actually quite impressed. I'm here. Lori, did you comment on PokéGirl Jessie's short? Are you in this thing? Uh, 13. Not yet. Okay. I'll wait. I love that story. I appreciate that, JB, for real. That's amazing. Oh, I definitely try. They are my stories. That was a very nice story from you, Kev. Memory Archives. Yeah, I always thought so. And again, that's why I started this whole thing to begin with, because things in my mind started slipping a little bit. What link? There's so many. I'm sorry here. This one right here. That's the one right there, boo. Don't worry. And yeah, that's really what it is, because I'm not really remembering too well from those times nowadays. And so I figured, well, you know what, if I have an archive myself that I can go back and watch, then that's something that I want to do, go back and watch. So. Sorry guys, I was back in the rain. Hi to all the friends. No worries, Alien. Always love spreading the vibes through the community. Always got to. And peace, love, and Pokemon. I said it. I say it in the song that I run on my shorts, but it's more than just a quote. And it's honestly, it's more than the artwork as well. Because community is a feeling, it's not a people. It's a feeling. So what we're going to do is we're going to run this. If you would like, Lori, Halian, if you see anybody that is on right now, Matt Gooch, and you want to go and set up a little raid target, we can do that. Yeah, just let me know. But let me go ahead and do this. I'll unplug here. I'll flip the phone so y'all can see the comment picker. I guess that's kind of important. And then we'll go from there. Bought a friend eyeshadow once in high school, and she said she didn't like it and wouldn't take it, and still makes me sad. Honestly, just bad manners. Exactly. Like, I could only... He would probably still be sitting there today. Maybe he'd be watching this right now, like, no way, he didn't like it. And that would kill me. But I definitely made it right, so... Alright, here we go. Did everybody get in there? Everybody good? Alien, did you comment on that? I got stuff for you anyway, so. What's up, Adam? Rob is live, sweet. We'll go and show Rob some love again. But yeah, my back is on fire right now, so as much as I wish I could go another 5 hours, which, trust me, I could, but I don't want to sit here and be hurting again. Excellent, excellent. Alright, here we go. 13. Let's see how many people went and commented on PokéGirl Jessie's short. 10 whole comments, not including myself, of course, keeping myself out of the givey. I will, however, absolutely be going back to comment and watch the video itself. So, all right, here we go. Everybody see? All right, here we go. The winner of the first ever PokéGhost pack. PokéGhost booster pack, complete with 1 of 1 Chandelure. No shot. No shot. Ernie! Ernie, are you still here? Just curious if you're still here. You don't have to be. Good luck, guys, and thank you all again. Absolutely. My knee is all swelled up. I know how you feel. Ernie! Can somebody wake Ernie up? Ernie! I don't know, he might be sleeping. He doesn't have to be here, of course, because I know that it takes me a minute to do that, and everybody went and ran it on there, so. But congratulations. Honestly, I couldn't think of a better person. Ernie has been an absolute support of the channel, support of Phoenicians, and definitely inspires me to keep on going, so I couldn't think of a better person for not only some of the... Ernie! Congratulations, buddy. You won the first ever PokéGhost booster pack. So I don't know if you were here to see what's inside of it, but we ran the comment picker on Jesse's short, and you won the PokéGhost pack, so this is what you won, Ernie, in case you didn't see. Gonna get the first ever Kev the PokéGhost signed holo card, date, and numbered, 1 of 1. Got the Bellsprout, which I'm sure you have 1,000,006 of those, Ernie. Koga's Weedle, definitely loved, but the thing with these cards, Ernie, is this is actually my card from back in the day. Like, this is straight out of my collection, as you can see. So I've had this card since I was knee-high to a grasshopper. And I thought, you know what? What better way for it to be loved than by going to one of you, giving you the Ken Sugimori Legendary Collection, Mysterious Treasures. I keep getting this symbol confused. It's Legendary Treasures from the Hitmonchan. Red or blue. But we did raid them recently. We did. Rob is amazing though too. It is. It is. We'll raid Rob. I feel like he needs a little bit of love. And then the Cloister, the Topps Cloister, Ernie. I don't know if you heard my story, but this is an actual story of mine of receiving this card on my 10th birthday. And of course, a bunch of these cards on my 10th birthday, but this is the one that I wanted to part with today. So congratulations, Ernie. Of course, I have your address and all that good stuff, and I'm pretty sure that you're a real person, so at least as far as we can tell. So congratulations, Ernie. I hope you do love those. And I'll get those out to you probably next week, man. Great job, Ernie. Or Irby. You're okay, boo. Thought about going live, but I'm soaking wet. Ah. Well, if you do, you know, I'll be there to watch and mod for you. Hey, Liam. But awesome job, and congratulations once again, Ernie. I will go ahead and make you a little card also. Heard it, but I will cherish them till I'm gone. I appreciate you, Ernie, and never want to think about that day, but we're going to give you another one of these, too. Thank you, everybody. Absolutely. Even better. I really appreciate you, Ernie. Winner 5-5, Ernie. And my little ghost. Ooh. That's just so that I can remember. Put it in the giveaway stack here. And yeah, I really appreciate y'all hanging out with me for a little bit. I know it was a little bit of an odd stream. I did want to get into some poetry and all that, but honestly, as I sit here, it just hurts a little bit more, so I am going to end it here. We are going to go ahead and head on over to Rob here for a second. Say hi, hang out, PokéGhost raid, of course. I'm sure he's going to get sick of me, but I want him to know how much we appreciate him here in this community. Plus, he does some pretty banger giveaways, y'all. So, with that, can somebody grab his link for me? I'd appreciate that. Rob's link. But yeah, I want everybody to keep smiling, y'all. Remember that we are here for you, and no matter what you do, even if we are a little bit frustrated or things aren't going to go our way, respect is always universal, and always travel each and every day through peace, love, and Pokemon. And y'all, thank you for believing in ghosts. Y'all have a beautiful rest of your night. There's the links there. Let's go raid Rob. Good night, y'all.